are only 20 years old doing this kind of numbers. That's just mind-blowing.
You don't have to be a well-studied doctor or something to make money in this world, to create a good living for yourself. Just took a risk, and it was pretty much all my savings, and yeah, invested into the coaching and kept the remaining for the ad spend.
You just came onto the product, or how did it went?
It was just regular research. Yeah, it just stumbled upon it. Immediately when we launched, we scaled to 1K days the first few days, honestly. Towards Black Friday, we started scaling up, and that's when we started hitting 10K days, 15, 16, 17. And our profit margins were amazing. They're averaging 40 to 50%.
Where do you guys are now?
We're now in France.
When are you going to Dubai?
We're actually going for the mastermind.
Look where you will be like within 3 or 5 years. That will be just crazy. If you can give one tip, what would it be?
Just think.
Yes, guys, welcome by another interview on the Millionaire Commerce channel. Today we are here with Eagor. Eagor was able to do like some crazy revenue the last months. So yeah, Eagor, how are you doing? And how is life going?
That's good, man. Yeah, just working. Keep pushing the results, keep up the momentum.
How did life change for you, and how is it going right now? What are the things you focus on the most?
Definitely the perspective has changed a lot. We're now actually trying to make a more branded store from our niche dropshipping stores. So we have seen opportunity, and we're thinking of doing that now. So of course it takes a lot of research. We also have joined the program again for the branded side after being in the general for a while. So yeah, now we're just going to focus on turning this into a brand, or maybe looking to start something different, just keeping this as a cash flow business. And yeah, that's pretty much kind of where we're at right now.
For the people that are watching, to get like a better picture about you, what did you do before Ecom? Like,
me and my family took a trip to Dubai in 2022, I think. And after returning, I was like, wow, there's like actually, you don't have to be some well-studied doctor or something to make money in this world, and to create a good living for yourself. So I started just looking into different ways of, just making money online. Started doing like SMMA. That failed miserably. Did Amazon FBA for a bit. Also didn't really work. And then we tried TikTok organic dropshipping with a friend of mine. We only got like 4 sales, I think, or something. This was back in September of 2024. But, just hearing the notification, it was like, wow, this is fun. So yeah, I just started getting more into it. And then around December of 2024, I stumbled upon Samo Newell's channel, and, just started watching the videos. Like, it was such like a transparent person about his business. So it's someone you can actually trust. Of course, you can actually see that, well, you can literally go on a store online and, see how it's working. And you can see, they have a team, they have an office. So this is not like some average guru you see online. This is someone who's, who's actually like a, wanting to help people. So I actually invested all my money I had back then. It was pretty much all my savings. I did a bit of crypto previously, and I got really lucky. So I just had a few, like $15,000, and yeah, invested into the coaching and kept the remaining for the ad spend. And yeah, kind of that's how we began. Just took a risk, and yeah.
How much did you actually use in the beginning for your ad spend, like for your business cost itself?
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, before I started making like good profits, I think I spent around 2,000 in ad spend. I was just testing that, I was breaking even, maybe just a bit below sometimes. And then I hit my first kind of winning product that was, that was running for, I'd say, a month and a half, which was doing well for me. So yeah, okay. Around that much.
Yeah, and what was your first winning product?
It was like a cardigan with buttons. It was like the photo just looked very good, very professional. I kind of give it to that while it was working. But yeah, the sizing issues, oh my God, it was pretty bad.
Did you also did like your quality checks, or it was just like your first winning product, you started scaling and that's it?
Yeah, it was kind of like that. I just started scaling. Of course, I did like a quality check asking like what the quality actually looked like, but the sizing, I didn't really do much checking regarding that. So it is my fault mostly, I would say, for all that. But, it's a learning after all.
Yeah, sure. Because a lot of people don't have like a very good backend structure. And that's why they end up like a chaos in the backend, of course. And then they do need to do a lot of reference or getting holds. So Yeah, that are really beginners' mistakes, of course.
Mhm.
What was the big difference that made you more interested into ecom than in crypto?
Well, I looked at Ecom as an actual, you learn actual like skills, you know, especially when you're starting out dropshipping on your own. You're kind of, you know, like a one-man team in a way. So you're marketing, but you're also watching the supply chain, but you're doing customer service simultaneously. So you kind of get really well-rounded in that sense. And I thought it's just a lot better than, you know, relying on markets to,
Mm-hmm.
so to say. Of course, you cannot always control if something happens tomorrow, you know, the world ends and goodbye all your stock, you know, for example. But yeah, drop shipping and e-commerce in general just seemed more like a proper skill to me. And on top of that, you kind of learn in multiple fields at once. And also, I was always interested of, you know, having your own brand, you know, like I always thought it's pretty cool, like having like, you know, online stores, physical stores, you know, like a community and whatnot. So it was always interesting to me.
Yeah, exactly. Because like, yeah, like you said, like, okay, the difference between ecom and crypto, you always need to wash yourself first before you can say, okay, my marketing is not working. So it depends on me. I need to improve myself to do
Yeah.
better. So yeah, yeah, you always can put a mirror before
Hmm.
yourself before you can make a conclusion, of course. So yeah, that's also what I see, of course, in business. Like it's always depending on you, whatever you do. So that's just very nice and good to stay consistent and to keep pushing toward, of course. So you started with general first,
Yes.
and what are you doing now? Can you tell me a little bit more with what you started in the beginning and what you are doing now, and what made the difference
Yeah,
between
so
those?
I had a total of 2 stores kind of throughout my journey. The first one, which I launched back when I first started doing general. And yeah, that store, as I said, of course, it was very difficult at the first time, first few months. Um, then after I found my first winning product, you know, it was a bit easier. You know, so I become profitable days. I think I was doing maybe like three K days with that product. Profit margins were like, you know, the average like 20% maybe. And then I was parallel to doing this on my own. I was actually kind of teaching my friend because he noticed that I'm in e-commerce now and you know making you know a bit of money there and there. So he started getting interested, and I actually did teach him as well. And he launched a store as well. And funnily enough, he found a really good product, which I also started selling on my store as well at that same time. And yeah, it was just a really good product. It didn't have any sizing, so we weren't getting sizing issues, and just the quality in general was pretty good. So we got pretty lucky. There's very low refunds on it. The profit margins were really good because it was quite cheap. It's a very light product to ship as well. And yeah, we just kind of got lucky, I guess, with it. And we ended up joining together and making a store together, a niched store around this product, adding similar products as well to it. And that's what we've been working on from the end of September until now. And yeah, that's kind of the store we're at now, which we're looking to transfer to branded because we have great customer feedback. Of
Yeah.
course, you still average, you know, get a bit of new customers time and time again. But overall, compared to I'm looking at my previous store, there's definitely, you know, many customers who are actually enjoying the product, and that's, you know, that's a great feeling, you know, to actually see that. You
Mhm.
know, getting constant angry customers, someone's actually, you know, liking it and coming back and buying it again and again, you know, and gifting it and whatnot. So yeah, that's where we're at now.
So for you, the difference made like you went from general more into a niche store that made you more confident to scale your products, of course, because the customers were very happy with the quality.
Definitely.
How did you find that specific concept? Like, did you something else, or what was the reason that you was looking into like different kind of niches because you were first in fashion? Okay, now you have a fashion product as well, I guess.
It is a fashion product, yeah.
It is a fashion product, but without sizes. So what made the difference between, yeah, and your research to search for more like products without any issues or without any sizing? Was it with like
Hmm.
what you just came onto the product, or how did it went?
Honestly, I can't say too much about this because it was just regular research. I was just doing my regular research, and yeah, it just stumbled upon it. So I can't say that it was something I was necessarily looking for. Though after, of course, selling it for a few months, I did realize, okay, this is more serious, and this is not like the previous products I've tested. So we need to, make this a niche store at the minimum.
Did you have like, okay, we need to test more products in that same niche, or what was the next steps?
Just scaling it. Just doing the regular. Tested some similar products. I don't remember them being great successes. For some reason, it was just that specific product, specifically that one. Nothing similar wasn't necessarily working until we began a niche store and started doing more branded approach to it. I think that's what really made the biggest difference, is looking at it as a branded approach product way, I guess. I don't know exactly how to say it correctly, but I think that's definitely what made the complete difference, because of course customers trust you more when your store is obviously all very similar products, or just like different colors even, or different materials. Definitely customers will trust you a lot more. And yeah, I think there's no downsides of going into more of a branded approach, even if you're drop shipping or if you're in general. It's always for the better, and like you'll see like conversion rates are better, your CPC, CPMs, they're lower. So yeah.
Okay, nice. And in which markets are you now like actively?
So when we started this second store, the niche store, we entered the big five. Previously, we're both selling in Canada. And right now, our two biggest markets are the UK and the US.
Okay, nice, very nice. And what kind of revenue like did you do when you started with General, and what kind of revenue are you doing right now? Because with your branded niche store, you must have like high conversion, so you will have high revenue as well.
Of course.
So what? Tell me.
To be honest, I don't exactly remember the General store. It's been quite a while now. I think of maybe 300,000, let's say, but the profit on that was nowhere near as good.
Was that within 1 month, 300,000?
No, it was for the entire time I was running it.
Okay, and how long was it again? You did General in total?
It was from around March to I think around to August. Yeah, March to August.
Okay, yeah, that's yeah.
But one thing I actually forgot to mention, the one I was starting out, I went through, I think, 10 bad ad accounts.
Okay.
Yeah. I was just getting ad accounts banned left and right, and I had no idea why. Like, it was just misleading business practice, the same thing you get every time. And I was like, why is this happening? But I don't know, just kept getting banned. So it was a really rough start overall. Like, it was really difficult.
Yeah, of course. Because like you had ad account bans, did you also work on your own business manager? Did you have a structure, or?
I don't know, go for a structure. I did try one once, but I always preferred having my own personal account. And after seeing like you have to just spend, for like just minimal amounts for like a week or two, and then it starts raising, honestly. So I never seen the really need for it, and I just prefer running on personal accounts.
Because like, yeah, in your first months, you did like almost 300K in just 6 months. So after that, when your branded niche stores started to kick in, what were the highest days you did, and what were your highest months?
Yeah. So the niche store, it was like a breath of fresh air. It was totally different to my previous store. Immediately when we launched, we scaled to 1K days, I think, in the first few days, honestly. In the first week, definitely. The conversion rates were really good, and our profit margins were amazing. They're averaging, and still are averaging, 40 to 50%. Even on good days, 50% margins is something we can honestly achieve. And then we quickly scaled that store. So we started at the end of September, right at the end of last week. And then I think by the first month we did, if I'm not wrong, I think around 200,000, I think, in profit. Oh, no, in profit, in revenue, 200,000. So that was going great. And then towards Black Friday, we start scaling up, and that's when we start hitting 10K days, and then 15, 16, 17, and kind of that's what we've been running at now. So that's kind of it went up pretty quick, honestly, and we're really grateful for just this product in general, because the profit margins are so good, and we have ROASes of 4, for example. Like in December,
Yeah.
ROAS for the first half of December was literally just 4, and the
Yeah.
profit margin is like 48%, I believe. So it was crazy. It was like the first half of the month, and we already made much more than we made the previous month.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Because that's really amazing that you have like a product, you have like really low cost of goods, and you can sell it for X or X5.
Yeah.
Because then your profit margins are very healthy and you can scale like really good. So yeah, you find like a very good and nice product. And how was that feeling of like your first 15, 16, 18K day and now doing this consistent? Like, how do you feel about that? And yeah, for the people that are watching, of course, the motivation of yourself will be really high at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. Especially after struggling so much in the beginning, and just like, you put in a bunch of work and it just kind of feels hopeless, it feels like you're not moving the needle whatsoever. But in fact, you are learning, you are, making mistakes, and you'll see like later on in your journey, you'll definitely use these learnings, and you'll be grateful for the times of when you're actually struggling a lot. So I'd say, yeah, definitely now of course, the motivation is really great. And yeah, there's not really much to say. We're just putting in the same amount of work, of course, enjoying it a bit more. Still, of course, you do have the freedom. So we're traveling around a little bit, staying in different locations.
Where are you actually now? Like, and what is the plan for the future? Do you want to travel and yeah, just working on your business? And are you doing it together with your business partner or do you
Yeah,
travel?
he's sitting right beside me, actually.
Okay. No.
Yeah,
So he's working and you doing the interview.
exactly.
Where do you guys are now? Like in
Right now,
which
we're now in France.
in France? Nice.
Yeah.
And how long will you guys stay there?
Um, Around just a bit more than a month.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. Previously, I was back. I'm originally from Russia, so I was back home in Russia,
Yeah. Okay. Very busy.
and then
Very
a few
nice. Well,
weeks in Dubai as well.
okay. When are you going to Dubai?
We're actually going for the mastermind, the Oak mastermind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
From
I think that's
here.
the 7th and the 8th. So we're excited for that.
Nice, bro. You're making really good steps because, like I said, like the motivation is really high at the moment, but like also because you started with Ecom, like your mindset changed, right? Because like you change as a person as well. You see things so much bigger, and you learn a lot about yourself as well. How did that make an impact on your life? Because how old are you now?
I'm just turned 20 in
So
January.
you are only 21 years old doing these kind of revenues, doing this kind of numbers. That's just mind blowing, right? Because some guys like are still like partying all the weekends, doing the wrong things. Because if I look to myself as well, when I was 21, I was not in ecom yet. I was doing like, yeah, other kind of things. But yeah, if I look back to it, I always say to myself, man, I really should start earlier. So now to see that by a guy like you, that's really nice to see. And also, yeah, you grow a lot as a person. So how did that make an impact on your life and your business?
Definitely, yeah. I think the biggest thing is just you realize that kind of anything is possible if you're just willing to put in the work. You know, previously I could only imagine, just okay, how would it feel, how would it be? But actually, after putting in the work, it does feel a lot more attainable now. So any goal we put out, we actually have certainty that we can attain this because we've done it once. We have the skills, so we can do it again. But in general, yeah, definitely a lot more clarity in my life, because previously I was just jumping between business models, crypto, SMMA, FBA, nothing was hitting. So of course that makes you very, very self-conscious if maybe you can't do it. Maybe you don't have that entrepreneurial blood. Maybe you're not just born with it, thinking that, maybe people are just born to be entrepreneurs. But of course, after finding Ecom, definitely I found proper clarity and, like a proper path to financial freedom, to the goals that I wanna get to. So I think those two things are the most like key changes in my life that I really appreciate.
Yeah, yeah, understand. Yeah. very good and very nice that you're making these steps at the age of 21. So yeah,
20.
20. So yeah, crazy, bro. Because like, look where you will be like within 3 or 5 years. That will be just crazy, you know. So yeah, just keep putting the work in, doing what you're doing, because yeah, you guys are on a very good way to yeah, to some amazing road, and yeah, to putting like a very nice business with each other. But you told about your goals as well. Like, what are the goals now for 2026? Because the year just had started, of course. So I
Yeah.
think your business partner said it like very nice goals. So yeah, very interesting. Like, what are your goals during 2026?
Yeah, I think our biggest goal is to have a proper brand, like a proper brand with a team, with a community, with our own product. I think definitely by the end of 26, that's where we want to stand. Um, Numbers wise, I don't really put like much goals on that, but we were thinking, yeah, definitely want to be getting consistent 1 million per revenue at the minimum with our brand per month.
Mhm.
So I don't want to put numbers to it because we kind of care more about building, like a proper brand for the long term after all. So whether it will be transferring this store into a branded store fully or making up a whole new brand, we're not quite sure yet there. That's what we're kind of working on now. Either that or that. But yeah, we want to have like, a proper, good brand, DTC
Yeah,
brand.
exactly. Because you're saying like maybe we will jump into another brand, but why would you do that, brother? Because like your brand is now, or your branded general store is now doing very good revenue. So you have the momentum. So it should be very sound that you like let that concept behind and then
Yeah,
go into new concept. Because yeah, if you have like very good momentum in the UK and the USA, you can squeeze it out to the max. And especially now you joined the course again with a branded coach. So yeah, he will squeeze the shit out with you guys. So I will say focus on that concept, build a team around it, and then going over to the new concept if you want to, and if it's fully automated. Because do you having a team right now, or what are the main tasks you are focused on, and what is like outsourced in your business?
yeah, we have a small team, but it's mostly just back end. Most of the front end work we're doing ourselves.
Okay, so that's like creative strategies,
Yeah,
create strategy, creative designing, media buying.
yeah,
So yeah, I think now you are like literally on stage that you really need to expand. So
of
you
course.
really need to hire the right people. But yeah, without any help or guidance, it can be sometimes difficult. I understand that. But yeah, that's yeah, very excited with what your coach will going to do with you guys, because yeah, I think 100% you will build out a team, so everything will start more like, yeah, feeling like a real brand, because you're gonna put in like maybe influencers, you're gonna have a media buyer, you're gonna have a creative strategist. So yeah, your whole team will grow, so your business will be scaled much further, of course.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
So yeah, very nice that you two guys have such nice and great plans, of course. So you definitely gonna crush it. And like, how did Millionaire Commerce help you through this program? What are the key takeaways? And what did you find about the coaching?
Yeah, of course, having a coach that you can always talk to is great because, um, you cannot find these answers on YouTube most of the time. You cannot find them online. So you need to actually speak to someone who's been at that point and can answer your questions because it's been pretty much in a very similar situation. So definitely, of course, I think that's the biggest plus of getting a mentorship. And that's exactly why, we're reinvesting into mentorship, is because it is the best investment you can make into yourself. You know, it's a lot better than making your first money and buying a bunch of designer stuff or whatever. Invest
Mhm.
back into yourself, into mentorship, because that will have the biggest, ROI for,
Yeah.
yeah, for you. But rather than that, the community in there is amazing. I mean, that's just kind of, I've met quite a lot of few people. We're actually meeting one of the people I've met through Million Commerce in Dubai in February as well. So it'll be really exciting to see each other in person. The community is amazing. There's so much help, so many connections you can get through them. Yeah, I think those 2 points are definitely the most things I'm grateful for.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we hear it a lot, like within the community. Like a lot of people become such good friends and doing business now together. So it's not only the coaching, it's everything around it, and that's sometimes what people don't see. Like what you can get out of it, or like of one community, or out of one program, is so much more than just like a course and some help on your business. It's like, yeah, your entire life can change, and yeah, you just only grow more as a person, and yeah, you're just been able to doing more. So yeah, very nice. And like, if you look back to last year or to last quarter, what would you do like differently um, versus now? Like, would you take would you take other steps to build more, to like build your brand more out, or what would you do different?
Last quarter, we definitely weren't so prepared for Black Friday. I think that's definitely one thing I'll change because it is actually just a very good month that you shouldn't be missing out. So definitely preparation, we should have started earlier. That is one of the biggest mistakes we definitely made with this store. Um, so yeah, I think I'd say that because even with a bad preparation, we were doing very good profit margins.
Yeah.
Um, the ROAS, I think we had on Black Friday, our ROAS was 5, I'm pretty sure, on the dot. So yeah, it's unfortunate that we didn't squeeze it out as much as we could. But that's definitely one thing I would change is preparing in time for these type of things, like definitely Black Friday. But also in general, always being prepared just in case, maybe your payment processing might go down or something. Just always having backups in general, I think is really good because we did have face some issues with Facebook as well. So yeah, definitely having backups, I think, was the biggest takeaway from this previous quarter, and always kind of thinking, a bit ahead in time, just in case something does happen. You could quickly pivot. You need to pivot quickly. I think that's a really important lesson there, because otherwise, yeah, you're stuck and you can't go forward.
Yeah, exactly. Because how much did you guys do like last quarter in revenue in
Um,
total?
I can check probably, but I think it was around 400 in Canadian.
400,000 Canadian
Yeah,
dollar.
yeah,
And with a profit margin of 40 to 50%.
40 to 50. Yeah,
That's amazing. That's literally life changing.
it
That's
is. Yeah.
great because like you are still running on Shopify payments. You don't face any holes or blocks or
No, not yet.
okay, that's also very good because like yeah, with general dropshippers you hear sometimes like payment processing got blocked, and then you see again the difference between a niche or more branded store than just
Of
general
course.
dropshipping and all different kind of products. Because yeah, if you don't have a very good backend structure, then everything will got stuck, of course.
Yes.
So yeah, you guys doing amazing. And like, what are now the next steps, like personal wise and business wise? Where do you want to go to in the next few months, or yeah, the upcoming year?
Yeah, the next 2 months definitely we just want to get this, our branded store just up and running. I think, after seeing why, I think that's when we want to make sure that it goes live by. So
Uh-huh.
that's definitely for the business wise. Definitely that. We also want to get company structure because our taxes are in Canada, and oh god, they're very high. So
Yeah,
we've been doing a lot of research about that, trying to think about maybe even
Dubai.
moving permanently abroad. Yeah, Dubai especially. So that's kind
You
of
will
why
grow,
we're,
you will grow there as a person as well, because I
yeah, for
also
sure.
did immigration to Dubai. And yeah, you grow as a person. You grow so much as a person because like a lot of e-commerce entrepreneurs are there, so you can connect much faster, much easier, and yeah, it will only help you grow. So yeah, you can check which kind of yeah business structure will work out the best for you, of course.
Yeah,
But yeah, I understand your concern. Like, if you're making so much money, you just want to keep it for yourself, right?
exactly.
Instead of paying taxes.
Definitely.
So yeah, if you can give like one tip to the people that are watching, like what would it be like in terms of e-commerce? Like maybe they are struggling to get to their first 1K day. Maybe they are struggling with which kind of niche they need to choose. Maybe they are struggling with the product research.
Mhm.
So if you can give one tip, what would it be?
I kind of want to give a very probably generic tip is just like, do not give up. I started out and it was just uphill, uphill, uphill. You don't see results. It feels like no matter what you do, everything is bad. Nothing is working. But in fact, something you don't see, that's not in front of you is that you are learning, you are growing as a person, you are becoming better each and every single day as long as you're putting in the work. Definitely do not give up no matter what you do, because I could have given up so many times after not seeing results, and I would not have, been made any of this possible if I did. So I think that's the most important thing, is just keep pushing and keep putting the work 100% every single day, even if you don't see results. It just time has to catch up in a way. It's like delayed, as if, and it'll come crushing at one point for sure.
And that's what we see by like a lot of people, like people giving up after maybe 1, 2, 3 months that things are not working out. But you just need to stick to the plan and say to yourself, like, if you just go through everything, success will come 100%, whatever it takes. You just need to stick to your plan, and yeah, you will see success like 100%. So that's what you guys did as well. Like in the beginning, like from March until August, didn't see any results. And then after that, you got like a lot of more knowledge, and then boom, everything started to pop off. And now you see, like, you're doing like consistent, like those numbers is 15 to 17K a day with great profit margins. So yeah, you can stack up your money as well, what is really good for your balance, and then you can do more. You can make in more investments in yourself. So yeah, just keep doing that, because yeah, that's amazing, of course. And yeah, I'm 100% sure, bro, you will crush it even more in the future together with your business partner. And yeah, we need to do soon, like if you're doing high revenues, another kind of interview, a much crazier one. So yeah, really looking forward to your growth as well. And yeah, thanks for coming, Eagor. It was a really amazing interview, really inspiring story. And yeah, for the people that are watching, if you want to get coached by Millionaire Commerce, just reach out to us, and yeah, we will reach out to you as well. So yeah, thanks for coming, Eagor, and see you by the next one. Ciao, ciao.
Thank you so much for having me.